हाँ जी, अपन पढ़ रहे हैं पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का थर्ड ये लेक्चर है। पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के पहले लेक्चर में अपन ने पढ़ा था कि पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स होती क्या है, इसमें पावर और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में क्या डिफरेंस होता है और कैसे दोनों को साथ मिला के मीन्स हाथी और चिट्टी को कैसे अपन साथ कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। पावर मतलब हाथी और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मतलब छोटे से चिड़िया, मतलब छोटी सी आन चिट्टी, मतलब हाउ वी कंट्रोल द एलिफेंट बाय द स्मॉलर वन द कंट्रोलर ड्राइव। तो इस पे अपन ने डिस्कस किया था, इसको बोलते हैं पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स। पावर में जो वोल्टेज और करंट्स होती है वो किलो वोल्ट्स और करंट किलो एम्पियर, द पावर होता है वो किलो में या मेगावाट्स में होता है। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में करंट होती है वो मिली एम्पियर माइक्रो एम्पियर्स में होती है, और वोल्ट होता है वो वाट्स में होता है, और वाटेज होता है वो मिली वाट और वाट में होता है। ये जो सर्किट होता है पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के, उसमें दो सर्किट होते हैं, एक होता है कंट्रोल सर्किट ड्राइव सर्किट और दूसरा होता है पावर सर्किट। तो पावर सर्किट को कंट्रोल करना होता है, ये अपन ने डिस्कस किया है पहले लेक्चर में। मैं शीशराम ओला पिछले 22 ईयर से इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट और फैकल्टी को ट्रेन करते आ रहा हूं, और आप लोगों को भी ट्रेनिंग करने का मुझे सौभाग्य मिला है। डेफिनेटली आपको भी पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के कॉन्सेप्ट से भली भांति रूबरू करवाऊंगा, और आप इनके कॉन्सेप्ट्स को पढ़ने के बाद, स्टडी करने के बाद अपने आप को टेस्ट करने के लिए हमारा ई टेस्ट सीरीज है, उसमें जाके टेस्ट दें और अपने आप को देखें कि आपको कितना अच्छा नॉलेज हो रहा है, कितना गेन हो रहा है, और आप बुक से भी स्टडी करें, डेफिनेटली विल बी गेन ए लॉट। तो आप डेडिकेटेड स्टडी करें, इसकी मेरे साथ रहें और मेरे लेक्चर्स लें। मैं पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के अलावा सर्किट एनालिसिस, कंट्रोल सिस्टम, मशीन, पावर सिस्टम, इन पे भी आपका बहुत अच्छे से लेक्चर्स लेता आ रहा हूं, और मेरे लेक्चर्स वीडियो पे यूट्यूब पे अवेलेबल है। आप लोग डेफिनेटली यदि चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो सब्सक्राइब कर लें और अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी फॉरवर्ड कर दें। ओके, अपन आज पढ़ेंगे एससीआर का भी अपन ने पहला लेक्चर जो पढ़ा था, मतलब जो पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का सेकंड लेक्चर मैंने एससीआर पे ही रखा था। तो एससीआर क्या होता है? सेमी कंट्रोल रेक्टिफायर होता है, ये एक रेक्टिफायर की तरह वर्क करता है। डायोड और एससीआर में एक डिफरेंस होता है कि डायोड अनकंट्रोल्ड यूनिडायरेक्शनल डिवाइस है, एससीआर यूनिडायरेक्शनल बट इट द कंट्रोल डिवाइस। ये फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में भी, फॉरवर्ड बाइसिंग कंडीशन में भी कंट्रोल तब करता है, ऑन तब होता है, करंट को तब पास करता है जब अपन गेट से सिग्नल देते हैं। तो गेट से सिग्नल देते हैं। इसके टर्न ऑन करने के डिफरेंट मेथड्स हैं। अभी आज अपन इसके अलावा अभी जो एससीआर का वीआई कैरेक्टरिस्टिक मैंने पिछले लेक्चर में डिस्कस किया था, वीआई कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ द डायोड, वीआई कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ द एससीआर। इसके साथ साथ डायनेमिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ द डायोड, डायनेमिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ द एससीआर भी अपन ने डिस्कस किया है। तो ये सारी चीजें अपन ने डिस्कस की हैं। अभी अपन इससे आगे बढ़ते हैं और एससीआर के बारे में और थायरिस्टर के बारे में थोड़ा और डेप्थ स्टडी करते हैं, डेप्थ नॉलेज लेने की कोशिश करते हैं। एससीआर बड़ा ही इंटरेस्टिंग फैमिली मेंबर है, बड़ा ही इंटरेस्टिंग मेंबर है। इसकी डिस्कवरी हुई थी 1956 में, और 1958 में ये मार्केट में आ गया था धूम मचाने के लिए, पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का जनरेशन करने के लिए। ये पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स नाम से नया एक सब्जेक्ट, नया एक फील्ड क्रिएट कर दिया था इसने। उससे पहले ये माना जाता था कि सेमीकंडक्टिंग डिवाइस केवल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स डिवाइसेज हैं, ये इसलिए सबसे पहले ये बता दिया कि सेमीकंडक्टिंग डिवाइस कैन बी यूज्ड इन पावर, सो दे आर नोन एज पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स डिवाइसेस। सो अब अपन पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइसेज में एससीआर अपन देख रहे हैं। ये एससीआर है, ये एससीआर का सिंबॉलिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, ये एक एससीआर का सिंबॉलिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन है। अपन ने इसका स्ट्रक्चरल डायग्राम भी बनाया था। तो ये 4 लेयर डिवाइस है जिसमें पीएन ऐसे करके 4 लेयर्स होती हैं, पीएन। यहाँ ये एनोड होता है, ये इसका कैथोड होता है, और इस पी के ऊपर गेट जो है टर्मिनल जुड़ा होता है। ये कंट्रोलिंग टर्मिनल है, ये कंट्रोल करता है, और ये दो इसमें दो जंक्शन होते हैं, वो फॉरवर्ड बाइस में होते हैं, एक रिवर्स बाइस में होता है। जब ये फॉरवर्ड कंडीशन में होते हैं तो ये कंडक्ट कर सकता है यदि गेट से सिग्नल दिया जाए, यदि गेट से ट्रिगरिंग की जाए, यदि गेट से फायरिंग की जाए तो ये कंडक्ट करता है। यदि गेट से सिग्नल नहीं दिया जाए तो ये वोल्टेज को ब्लॉक करता है। ये वोल्टेज को फॉरवर्ड और रिवर्स दोनों ही कंडीशन में ब्लॉक करके रख सकता है। इसकी अच्छी एक ब्लॉकिंग कैपेसिटी होती है, क्योंकि ब्लॉकिंग करने के लिए रिवर्स में तो इट इज वेरी गुड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक, एक्सेलेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक, क्योंकि रिवर्स बाइस में दो जंक्शन रिवर्स बाइसिंग में होते हैं तो डेफिनेटली इट कैन ब्लॉक द रिवर्स वोल्टेज। रिवर्स में ब्लॉकिंग वोल्टेज कैपेबिलिटी इसकी बहुत बेहतरीन होती है, इसलिए ये उन सारे डिवाइसेज, उन सब जो है डिवाइसेज में काम कर सकता है। खासतौर से कन्वर्टर सर्किट्स में काम कर सकता है जहां पे एसी वोल्टेज रिवर्स में आता रहता है। इन्वर्टर्स और चॉपर सर्किट्स में तो रिवर्स वोल्टेज आता ही नहीं है, इसलिए रिवर्स में वोल्टेज ब्लॉकिंग की जरूरत नहीं होती। वहां तो फॉरवर्ड में ब्लॉक करने की जरूरत होती है, कम्यूटेशन की जरूरत होती है। तो यहाँ पे अपन कन्वर्टर सर्किट पढ़ेंगे और इन्वर्टर और चॉपर सर्किट्स भी डेप्थ स्टडी करेंगे। सबसे पहले अपन जो देखते हैं कि एससीआर को कैसे ऑन किया जा सकता है, तो इसके फायरिंग सर्किट्स पढ़ते हैं, ट्रिगरिंग पढ़ते हैं। एससीआर मींस द थायरिस्टर, ट्रिगरिंग, यू नो दैट, पहले घोड़ा दबाते हैं उसको बोलते हैं ट्रिगरिंग, और उसके बाद में फायर होता है, फायरिंग। So firstly we'll study about triggering then firing. So पहले होती है triggering then firing. So triggering. So SCR को किन किन मैकेनिज्म से ट्रिगर किया जा सकता है, तो पहली टाइप की ट्रिगरिंग होती है ट्रिगरिंग। सो फर्स्ट टाइप का ट्रिगरिंग को बोलते हैं गेट ट्रिगरिंग। गेट ट्रिगरिंग, गेट से क्या करना पड़ता है, ये जो रिवर्स वाइस में मैंने पहले भी इसको आपको एक्सप्लेन किया है कि जैसे ये इसको फॉरवर्ड वाइस में करते हैं, एनोड को पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से जोड़ते हैं और कैथोड को नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से जोड़ते हैं, तो ये इसकी फॉरवर्ड वाइसिंग होती है। फॉरवर्ड वाइसिंग में ये जो जंक्शन होता है J1 और J2 और J3, तीन जंक्शन होते हैं, J1, J2 एंड J3, 4 लेयर डिवाइस होती है। तो ये वाला जो जंक्शन, पहला जो जंक्शन है ये टूट चुका होता है, ये जंक्शन में कोई रिवर्स बाइसिंग नहीं होती है। यहाँ पे ये जो जंक्शन 2 होता है ये भी फॉरवर्ड बाइस में आ जाता है, और यहाँ पे भी जो जंक्शन रैप्चर हो चुका होता है, मीन जंक्शन पे कोई भी बैरियर नहीं होता है। ओके, सो बट व्हाट हैपेंस एट द J2 junction in the reverse biasing and there is a barrier, so there is no any conduction. यहाँ गेट टर्मिनल लगा होता है और गेट टर्मिनल पे रिवर्स बाइसिंग होता है, कंडक्टिविटी नहीं होती है, मोबिलिटी नहीं होती है, मोबाइल चार्जेस अवेलेबल नहीं होते हैं। तो क्या करना पड़ता है, इसको ऑन करने के लिए गेट से कैसे भी करके बाहर से चार्ज अंदर घुसाने पड़ते हैं। और तो बाहर से अपन यदि चार्जेस को अंदर घुसाएंगे तो ये चार्ज आके और नॉन कंडक्टिंग रीजन में यहीं रुक जाते हैं। फिर और अंदर चार्ज घुसाएंगे तो ये इस रीजन में आके यहाँ एक हिप बनाते हैं, ऐसे एक हिप बनाते हैं, और ये हिप आगे जैसे जैसे पीछे से फोर्स करते हैं आगे बढ़ता चला जाता है। और धीरे धीरे क्या करते हैं कि ये ऐसे हिप बनता है, जैसे जैसे हिप बनता है, जैसे जैसे डिप्लीशन लेयर की जो लेंथ है, विड्थ है, वो कम होती हुई चली जाती है। ये अभी इफेक्टिव लेंथ इतनी बची है जिसमें मोबिलिटी नहीं है या चार्जेज अवेलेबल नहीं है जी। ओके, तो अपन क्या कर रहे हैं, इनको फोर्स करने में थोड़ा सा टाइम की जरूरत होती है, इनको फोर्स करने में थोड़ी सी एनर्जी की जरूरत होती है। तो गेट को एक एनर्जी और एक वोल्टेज की जरूरत होती है। मिनिमम वोल्टेज यदि नहीं होता है तो ये अंदर के घुसते ही नहीं है। तो मिनिमम पावर और मिनिमम वोल्टेज की एक रिक्वायरमेंट होती है और मिनिमम चार्जेस की जरूरत होती है। यदि पावर एवरेज पावर से कम होगा तो वो इसको ऑन नहीं कर पाएगा। तो मैक्सिमम वोल्टेज तो हो नहीं सकता, या कर भी सकते हैं लेकिन मैक्सिमम वोल्टेज की जरूरत नहीं है। वोल्टेज कंटिन्यूसली भी नहीं देते, चार्ज को कंटिन्यूसली भी इंसर्ट नहीं करते, क्योंकि यदि चार्जेस को कंटिन्यूसली इंसर्ट करते रहेंगे तो गेट टर्मिनल जो है, गेट का जो एरिया होगा वो हीटअप हो जाएगा। क्योंकि ये नॉन कंडक्टिंग रीजन है, इसकी कंडक्टिविटी नहीं होती, फिर भी अपन चार्ज को जबरदस्ती इंसर्ट कर रहे हैं बाई फोर्स in the non-conducting region. We are inserting the conducting charges, so this region get heat up, and due to the heating there the hot spot may be occur. So to avoid this kind of the hot spotting, we are inserting the charges slowly and slowly. So this kind of the gate voltage is applied across the gate terminal, that is known as pulsating voltage, pulse voltage, not the continuously voltage we are applying. So we will try to apply the pulse voltage. Okay, so due to the pulse, the gap in between two, there is a gap. So during the gap, the gate is cool down, then heat up, insert the charge, then cool down, then push the charges, then cool down, then push the charges, then cool down, then push the charges. This is again, then further we are pushing the charges, then this is the layer and this is the depletion layer width only, this is the depletion layer, then push the charges. So then this is, and they will come in this region, and when it will come, the conductivity will start. So this kind of the conduction will take place through the gate terminal, and when once the conductivity is come, the charges are slowly spread in the whole region, and conductivity will start from the whole the region. But you know that if the higher current comes and the charge is not spread, you know the spreading rate of charges is less than the current rising rate, then you know the SCR will be get damaged due to the hot spotting at this particular point from where the charge current is entered. You know, to avoid that hot spotting, we'll have to decrease the rising rate of the current, and we have to increasing the rate of loss or spreading of the charges. So that protections we will to provide. The protection we have to provide. So we'll discuss in the protection further. So this kind of the triggering is known as gate triggering. Gate triggering. So by any mechanism will provide the charges, inserting the charge in the non-conducting region through the gate terminal. So slowly pushing the charge in the gate terminal, so the depletion layer will be damaged. You know the depletion layer will be decreasing. So in the forward biasing it conduct, and the depletion layer thickness decide what voltage it will conduct. So higher the depletion, the higher the voltage conduction will be take place. If the depletion layer width is low, then it conduct at the lower voltage. So whatever the depletion layer, depletion width, it depends upon how much charges we are inserting. So where it will start, it depends upon the number of the charges we are inserting through the gate terminal. So this is about the gate triggering. Okay. Next type of triggering is known as temperature triggering. Temperature triggering. You know, this is a semiconducting device. This SCR is a semiconducting device. In the semiconducting device, there is a covalent bond, and the covalent bonds are the weak bond as compared to the ionic bonds. So, due to the weak bonds, if the temperature of the junction will be rise, the covalent bonds break, and when the covalent bonds break, the broken of the covalent bond release the charges, release the hole and electron in that region, in the non-conducting region, in the junction region, and the release of the charges means there the availability of the charges, and due to the availability of the charges, the device will be get turned on. So due to rise of the temperature, the device will be get turned on. That time the turning on or triggering is known as mal-operation of SCR. You know, this is not a good method to fire or trigger the SCR. This is not good method, but unnecessarily, if the SCR get hit up, then it will be turned on in a forward biasing because of the availability of the charges. They are free due to temperature rise. So will provide the heat sink. You know, the always will mount the SCR on the heat sink. So whatever the temperature rise, heat sink remove that temperature is spread into the atmosphere, and even though we'll mount the SCR and near about there is a heat sink and there is a fan is mounted near about that always try to cool down the SCR, so there is no any mal-operation, there is no any triggering, there is no any false triggering due to temperature rise. Okay, we will not try to trigger SCR due to rise in the temperature. Okay, but it happens. Third is dV upon dt triggering. dV upon dt triggering. You know, that's what the dV upon dt triggering. You know that when the SCR in the forward biasing, one of the junction in the reverse biasing. When SCR is forward biasing, this junction in the forward biasing, this J1 junction forward, J2 junction in the J3 junction in the forward, but the J2 junction in the reverse, J2 junction in the reverse bias. So here the holes and the electrons are available. Electrons are available in this region and the conducting one. And here the electrons and holes are available in this region and this region also conducting one. But this region is non-conducting. This region is non-conducting. So there is a barrier of the conduction. Due to this barrier in the conduction in the forward biasing condition, this is the positive and this is the negative, this is the anode, this is the cathode, and then the gate. Okay. So this is non-conducting. In between two conducting region, there is a non-conducting region, isolation region. It works as a capacitor. You know, the capacitor is nothing. In between two conducting plate, there is a insulating material. So it also works as a capacitor. So in the healthy condition, it is a capacitor. So it behaves as a capacitor. So the behave as a capacitor, there is a current due to rate of change of voltage. So if there is a rising or decreasing, if there is any rate of change of the voltage applied across the anode to cathode, there is a current, and that current is known as charging or discharging current. So this is the current. If this current is higher than, if this charging current is higher than the latching current, you know that I have already defined that the latching current in the VI characteristic of the SCR, latching current is the minimum value of the current which is required to turn on an SCR. Turn on an SCR. This is the minimum value of the current. If the current by any mechanism is higher than the latching current, SCR will get turned on. It is due to the gate, due to the temperature, due to the dV upon dt, means by any mechanism, if the current is higher than the latching current, the SCR will get turned on. So due to the higher rate of change of the voltage will be appear across, you know, when we are apply the AC source across the SCR, the AC voltage will be rise or decrease with respect to temperature because the sinusoidal. So sinusoidal voltage will vary with respect to time. If this rising rate or this rate of change of the voltage will be higher, then it produces a charging current, and this charging current, if higher than the latching current of the SCR will be get turned on. So this type of the gate turning on of the SCR is also known as mal-operation. This is not good operation. You know, we are not turning on. We required a circuit to turn on. We required a controlling mechanism to turn on, not due to the voltage rate or the time temperature. It will be get turned on. So this type of the turning on of SCR is also come into the mal-operation. So we are not turning on the SCR by this mechanism. So to avoid this one, we will provide a parallel capacitor across the anode to cathode. So this is the actual capacitor, and due to the actual capacitor, if there is rate of change of the voltage will be appear, this provide the charging current, path to the charging current. This path is known as snubber circuit. We will discuss later on in the protection of the SCR, the snubber circuit. So snubber circuit is provided It protection from the dV upon dt. Protection from the dV upon dt we will discuss all later on. But the SCR, if there is no any circuit, snapper circuit, SCR will be get turned on due to high dV upon dt across it. So, okay. Then fourth one is known as light triggering. Light triggering. So the light triggering, there are some SCRs, they are known as light actuated LASCR. Light actuated SCRs. The special category of the SCR, very good category of the SCR, they are known as light actuated SCR. They will be turned on when the light signals are, the symbolic representation of LASCR is like this one, like this one. When the light fall on this one, this is the light. When the light signal fall on this, they will get turned on. So for the higher voltage application, it is not possible to provide the triggering through the gate signals because the gate voltage is very low. So that low voltage signals is not feasible to give, not feasible to apply, not feasible to connect in the very high voltage applications, because in the very high voltage there is surrounding voltage and the insulation problem is there. So in that particular case, the light source will provide the triggering to the SCR, light source. So light source not react with the electricity. So there is no any insulation type of problems. There is no any insulation problem occurs when you have provided the light signal to turn on and turn off the SCR. So this kind of the triggering will very good, fantastic triggering. It is very costly affair also. The SCR are costly as compared to the simple SCR because we provide this kind of the circuitry, this kind of the mechanism. The light means our source of light can be triggered the SCR, not the natural light. So we have to provide them into a black body where the no light will be inserted, not natural light cannot be entered. Only the light source, the light, the gate that can be entered into in it, and it can be triggered the SCR. So then the very good application, the higher voltage application, in extra high voltage application, this kind of the triggering is generally used. So these are the different kind of the triggering. In this triggering, naturally these two triggerings are preferable. These two triggering, one is the gate triggering and other is the light triggering. So light triggering is a special case of the triggering. When not study or here, when the special study is required, special case of the study is required, then we'll study. Otherwise, gate triggering is very natural triggering. Most of 99% SCR are get triggered with help of the light with the gate triggering. So the gate triggering we will study in detail. And the different gate triggering circuits are available, different mechanism in the gate triggering is available, and that is known as firing circuits. Inside the gate triggering there is a firing schemes. Gate triggering, it is firing circuit. Firing circuits. So the first firing circuit is R firing, second is RC firing, third is UJT firing, fourth is UJT and pulse transformer. Firing, and fifth is the logical gate, logical circuit oblique logical gate firing. Okay, so we are taking one by one in detail and discuss. So firstly we are taking in the firing circuits R firing. In SCR we are taking R firing. R firing. Resistance firing. So this is a natural source, AC source. Here is a load. Here is a load. And here is a SCR and it gate circuit. And we apply a circuit. One is a resistance, and other is a further a resistance, and whatever the voltage across this resistance is applied to the gate. That is it. And this is the voltage across the gate voltage. And to vary this one, we can vary this resistance. Here a variable resistance. So the voltage, appearing voltage can be varied. The variable voltage. So this is the very high voltage resistance, high resistance. This is the low resistance, and this is the variable resistance. So in this way, we will have the different resistance setup, and they are very high in this circuit. The current is very less. So the total current, we are neglecting the current which is flowing through the circuit. Only the current which is passes. This is the main power circuit. This is the main power circuit. If the current is flow or did not flow. So the circuit is considered when it is the open circuit or the closed circuit. So whenever it is this kind of the AC signal, so when it is a forward biasing, the voltage will be appear across here also. It is slightly less voltage, 125 voltage only will be appears across here. This voltage more, maybe the 200 voltage, maybe the 400 voltage. It depends upon the source voltage. But here the gate voltage is in between 0 to 5, not more than that. So this resistance is very low as compared to this resistance. This is the kilo ohm, this is the ohm. So most of the voltage is dropped over here, here the voltage comes very less. So this kind of the arrangement we are making. So what happens? Some voltage will be across the gate. So when it crosses the minimum value of the required voltage, there is a turn on. The circuit will be turned on. You know, this is the main supply voltage, and the gate voltage is like this one. This is the gate voltage, which is very less. This is the gate voltage. This is the supply voltage, this is the gate voltage. This is the supply voltage S, and this is the gate voltage. And we are deciding the minimum voltage required to turn on the gate. Now suppose that this is the voltage which is required to turn on the gate. So here the gate will be turned on. So here the output voltage will be available. So this is the cycle. This is the cycle where the output voltage will be available or not. So from here the output voltage is available. So till the output voltage is not available because the SCR gate is not turned on. SCR it works as an open circuit. Before this voltage SCR works as an open circuit. So there is no any current in the circuit, there is only a voltage across this one. So what a whole voltage appears across the SCR. So voltage across the load is 0 because there is no any voltage, there is no any current. Voltage drop across the load is only when the current is there. Otherwise all the voltage appears across the open terminal. So all the voltage will appear across the SCR. When the SCR get on over here, SCR gate on, the source voltage will be appears across the load. So this the voltage will be appear across the load. Okay till this one. And after that, SCR automatically get off because of the reverse voltage. Is the reverse voltage. So SCR get be off. SCR automatically get turned off. So the voltage is zero. Okay. Remains zero till this node reaches this minimum required value. Gate voltage minimum required. So when the gate voltage minimum required one, this gate will turn on. So here it is further get turn on. So when it further get turn on, so output voltage will be appears across the load, and before that the voltage across thyristor. So this is output voltage. Then output voltage is zero. So this kind of the output voltage will be appear. Okay. By varying this resistance, we can increase this voltage or decrease this voltage. We will decrease this voltage. So when we are decreasing this voltage, what happens? This achieve minimum value over here, or it will achieve the minimum value over here. We will further decrease this voltage and not achieve the minimum required value. So the minimum can be achieved over here, minimum can be achieved over here, further minimum cannot be achieved. Minimum can achieved over here, minimum can achieved over here, further minimum cannot be achieved. So minimum can achieve this non, and this is the angle where it is the fired and not a delay angle, firing delay angle. So this firing delay angle can be vary from 0 to 90 degree. So this is the resistance firing scheme. In that firing angle delay possible up to the 90 degree. You know when this value, this is a gate signal, and it achieves the minimum value over here. It will achieve the minimum value over here, and it will be fired over here. So this is the output voltage waveform comes. This is the output voltage waveform comes. This is the output voltage waveform. So this is here also. This is the symmetrically in both here also. This is the output voltage waveform. So output voltage waveform, and this firing delay angle is 90 degree. This is the firing delay angle alpha D delay angle. Alpha D is the firing delay angle. So firing delay angle can be controlled by varying the resistance. By varying this resistance, the voltage appear across the gate will vary, and due to the variation in the gate voltage, the firing delay can be provided. So it is provided from 0 degree to 90 degree, not more than 90 degree. To provide the firing delay more than 90 degree, we make the next arrangement, that is known as RC firing. So next firing scheme is RC firing. As we have already discussed, the next firing scheme is RC firing. So for the RC firing, this is the AC circuit, this is the source. This is the AC circuit, means it is the source. So this is the AC circuit, it is the source, and here the load, and here is resistance, that is the higher value of the resistance, and then a capacitor and a variable resistance. Variable resistance will provide, and a SCR that we want to fire, well connected over here. That is known as RC firing scheme. In that firing scheme, a resistance and a capacitor. So a resistance, variable resistance, and a capacitor, and then a higher value of the resistance. So the voltage should not be higher than the required one. The maximum value should not be cross the gate maximum voltage. Okay. So what happens? In negative half of the every positive one of the cycle, there is a negative half cycle. The negative initial, the negative, then positive, then negative, then positive. Means every positive cycle have the negative one also. Before that positive there is a negative cycle. So due to the negative cycle there is a charging voltage across the capacitor is negative one. So before that there is a negative one. So due to the negative, when the positive cycle appears, this capacitor having voltage like this. This capacitor having voltage like this. The negative voltage. So when the positive cycle comes, firstly the capacitor start to charge in the positive discharge. So when the positive cycle start, firstly the negative voltage will be discharged, and further it gain the charge voltage. So further it gain the charge voltage. So when this charge voltage cross the minimum required voltage, that is gate voltage, it give the triggering to the SCR. So SCR will be turn on. So here SCR will be get turn on. Here SCR will be get turn on. So from here the output voltage cycle will be available. So from here the output voltage cycle will be available, and it is available like this. And here also the same cycle, same the negative cycle and the gate cycle. So here the gate voltage negative. So firstly gate is positive one, means discharge, then get charge. So here it get the minimum required value. So here the SCR is available, means it the fired, and when it fired the output voltage is available across the load. Output voltage is available across the load. So this kind of the arrangement, means this kind of the output. So we can draw the output voltage waveform. It is started from here and it is like this one, and then it is 0, and then started from here and like this one. By varying the resistance, this charging and discharging can be varied. By varying this resistance, this charging and discharging can be varied. So it will discharge over here and charge over here, or it discharge over here and charge over here, it discharge over here and charge over here. So it can be fired over here, it can be fired over here, it can be fired over here. So this you can say this is the firing delay. Whatever where it will be start is known as firing delay angle. So where it is start, this angle delay in the firing is known as firing delay angle FD. So here this FD can vary from this 0 degree to the one. This firing delay can be vary from 0 degree to 180 degree. 0 degree to 180 degree. But in R firing scheme, the firing is available in the R firing scheme. In R firing, alpha firing delay can be vary from 0 degree to 90 degree. In RC firing, firing delay can be available from 0 degree to 180 degree. This is the advantage of RC firing scheme. This is advantage of RC firing scheme over the R firing scheme. So definitely we are doing the RC firing, which is best as compared to R firing scheme. So this is very good firing scheme. It is available on. Secondly, the capacitor voltage is negative also. In this one, capacitor voltage negative for the negative half cycle. What happens in the negative cycle? When the negative cycle comes, the capacitor having the voltage and remains negative for the whole the cycle. So remains negative for the whole the cycle. This negative voltage can damage the gate of a SCR. To avoid this kind of the the negative voltage, we are always heating the gate. To avoid this one, a diode is provided over here to provide that protection. So a diode will provide in the gate circuit. So it not allow the negative voltage appears across the gate terminal, even though the capacitor have the negative voltage. Even though the capacitor have the negative voltage, but it not appears, it not comes to the gate. So gate cannot be unnecessarily heat up. Unnecessarily not get heat up. So this kind of the arrangement will make. And secondly, the gate voltage should not be higher than a particular value, so that a Zener diode will be provided to provide that kind of the protection. So the voltage should not be higher than. If a transient should not be appear, a transient voltage comes, that should not be appear. So to die out the transient, a resistance is inserted, and that resistance also it's overcome whatever the transients coming. If the variation in the voltage suddenly coming, it can be die out the transient at the dynamic resistance. So these kind of the protection, and if we want to charge this capacitor in the reverse cycle, we want to charge this capacitor in reverse cycle fully voltage, so we can control up to the 180 degree. So a capacitor is connected, diode is connected in the reverse, this one, so that what happens in the reverse direction, it is directly charged without, means the current is passes like this one. Current is passes like this one. It not passes through the resistive circuit. So the whole voltage, the higher the negative voltage will comes on the capacitor. So the capacitor is highly charged in the reverse cycle. So when the capacitor is highly charged in the reverse cycle, it's approached till 180 degree. It approached till 180 degree. Otherwise, it is not possible. Due to the less voltage, firing angle can vary up to 180 degree. So these kind of the some protection or some of the arrangements are making in the RC firing scheme. In the RC firing scheme, these kind of the arrangements will made, so we can provide easy RC firing scheme. This is very good firing scheme, even though it is cheaper. Okay, now the next type firing scheme is UJT firing. UJT firing scheme. Next firing scheme is for the SCR, it is UJT firing scheme. Next firing scheme is UJT firing. UJT, uni junction transistor. It is a special interesting subject, interesting point. UJT known as uni junction, so UJT firing. UJT firing. So before we will study the firing, we will study the UJT. So UJT is a uni junction transistor. UJT means uni junction transistor. You know very well, transistor is two junction and diode is one junction, uni junction. Uni junction device, this is the PN junction, it is known as diode. It is diode. And two junction device, that is PNP, it is known as transistor. But this they having the one junction, but it is categorized as a transistor. How it possible? The uni junction device works as a transistor. So it is a special device, special diode that works as a transistor. So this diode is manufacturing like this. This is the P type region, and N type is not the center, not in the center. It is in one side. It is the one side, not in the center, not in the center. It is the one side. This is the N. This is the P, or this may be the N, this may be the P. Okay. The whole region is the N region, and this the P is the downward. And the symbolic representation of this is like this, downward. This is not in the center. This arrow is not in the center. It is in the downward. So this is the UJT, uni junction, but it works as a transistor. How it works as a transistor? How it works as a transistor? Because this having the two resistance. When the current is flow from here, there are two available circuit from the base to the this circuit, and then current is available to this circuit. So this is the larger one, the circuit having the cross the larger range area, and this is the smaller the length it have to cross. So it have to cross the larger the length. So the resistance is very high. So this is the very resistance, high resistance RB, and this is the low resistance, that is RB2. and there is a diode. It is simply a diode. And so this is the representation, electrical representation of this one. So there is a two resistance. So one side high resistance, high, and one side the low resistance, low. So it having the three terminal device, one side high resistance, one side low resistance, and one side the base. So it works as a transistor. This is the behavior in a transistor. So whenever the voltage comes across, it flow the two directional or three terminal device. Similar in the transistor. This is the emitter, this is the emitter, this is the base, and this is the collector. And beyond the base to collector resistance is high, and base to emitter resistance is low. So here the resistance is low, and here the resistance is high. So it works similar to the transistor. So it works as a transistor and behave as a. So it works as a oscillator also, oscilloscope also. It generally works as a oscillator. So it generally works as a oscillator and provide the pulses after a repeated cycle, after a repetition. So here the output voltage is equals to the output voltage across this is the RB2 divided by RB1 plus RB2 of output voltage, whatever the voltage VBB. So this is known as the coefficient, that is known as the coefficient of UJT and VBB. So this is the way, this is the something about the unijunction transistor, and it works as a oscillator when we are connecting one of the resistance over here and one in the capacitor over here. So the capacitor is charged, and if there is charging voltage and this voltage is higher than this voltage, whatever the voltage over here, it is this one V1, that is not it V2. If the resistance is R2, so voltage here is the V2. So this voltage V2 is this one, and if this voltage is higher than this capacitor voltage, if the capacitor voltage is higher than the V2 voltage, there is a current flow, and due to the current flow, there is a discharge. And when this voltage decrease, discharge, further it increase. So this kind of the characteristic this device have, that is known as V characteristic, V curve. The decreasing characteristic. We are not discussing in detail about the UJT, because UJT is specially one device. We are discussing about the triggering circuit, UJT triggering circuit. So it is due to the oscillating behavior or negative resistance slope of the curve, we are using it as a oscillator circuit, and due to the oscillating circuit, we are using in a triggering circuits. So triggering or firing circuits, we are using this device. So here this is the SCR, this is the load, and this is the source. So this is the whole circuit, power circuit. This is the whole circuit, it is not the power circuit. Okay, this is the whole circuit, it is not the power circuit. Here we are using the UJT. The UJT is the one device which is like this. We are connecting the resistance over here like this one, this, and this is resistance over here, and it resistance is connected to the gate circuit. And this is a resistance, and a capacitor is connected over here, and a biasing voltage VBB is connected over here, and this is connected over here in the circuit, in the main circuit, and it is grounded over here, and this is the circuit. This is the gate circuit. Okay. So this is the arrangement will make, and if the voltage should not be higher in a particular value, so a Zener diode will connect, and the negative cycle should not be appears across here, and a diode should be connected over here. Okay, so these arrangements will make, and to die out the transients and all the over voltages, there is a resistance should be connected. So this is the circuit, and this is very good circuit. In that circuit, by varying this resistance, we can vary the voltage where we want to fire. But it also having, you know, the pulses are like this one. This UJT having the pulses are like this one. After a particular cycle, this is the pulses are like this one. After a particular cycle means after a particular interval of the time, this is the time duration of a cycle. So this is the time duration of a cycle. So after time duration of a particular duration, there is a cycle. So this the, you know, the this good, not the good one, because to turn on the CR we required a duration of a cycle will be appears across the gate, not the spikes like the waveform will be appears across the gate. So we will provide the pulses, not the spikes. You know that we want the pulses like this one, and after a cycle then the pulse like this one. So this kind of the pulses we required to turn on the CR, not like this. So to map then the spikes into the pulses, we connect the pulse transformer over here. Pulse transformer over here. The pulse transformer we are connecting over here. Pulse transformer we are connecting over here. So this is the pulse transformer do nothing. It provide, and to overcome the negative part of the pulse, we can connect a diode over here. So it avoid the negative pulse will be appears across this one. Okay, so this is the way will provide the pulses. Now these are these converted into the pulses. So this is the relaxation. Otherwise, it will convert into the pulses. So this is UJT and pulse transformer. Pulse transformer firing. UJT and pulse transformer firing scheme. So this is very great scheme, and we will definitely do this scheme to turn on the SCR. This is a very good scheme. This is a very good electronic circuit that we have, and it requires very less power, and it very, you know, it can be available for providing the delay from 0 degree to 180 degree, or whatever the delay we want, it can provide that delay. So it is very good scheme. Now the firing is the logical firing. So in the logical firing, nothing logical firing. So a microprocessor circuit or a computer circuit is provided over here. A decision logic circuit is provided over here, and that. So next side the firing, and the nowadays we are using that kind of the firing, logical oblique MIP firing scheme, microprocessor firing scheme. So in that one here a microprocessor, a MIP circuit, a microprocessor, and on the basis of microprocessor there is a pulse transformer, and on the pulse transformer we can connect, there is a pulse transformer, and on the pulse transformer we can connect the circuit, that is the gate circuit with Harmonic diode and a resistance and a Zener diode. Okay, so that microprocessor and logical circuit, and there is a resistance that can vary the what are the logical pulses, and when the logical pulses we want to change a port, that is known as controlling port, which is available on the microprocessor. So it change the programming time where we want to provide the pulse. So this is a very simple circuit. There is no any circuit even, there is a programming only, and a controlling port is available. So it change the time duration. So according to the time we will provide the pulses like this. You know, there is a input and there is a gate pulses. Gate pulse means here we will provide the gate pulse, here further we will provide the gate pulse. So wherever we will provide the gate pulse, it will give a turn on. Where we will provide the gate pulse, we will provide the gate pulse over here, so it will be turn on over here. Okay, we will provide the gate pulse over here, so it will get turn on over here. Output is this one. So this is the output. and if you are not providing the gate pulses, that output will be appear across the thyristor. So this is the output voltage, and if you want to find out the thyristor voltage, so this is the voltage will be appear across the thyristor. Okay, and from here also this is the voltage will be available across the thyristor, and this is the voltage will be appear. Where the voltage not appear across the load, it will be available across the thyristor. So this is the thyristor voltage. This is the output voltage. This is the source voltage, and this is the gate pulse. Gate pulse. Through the gate circuit, we will provide the gate pulses, and from the gate pulses, we can easily control the firing scheme. So these firing schemes also, these firing schemes, the timing can be vary. So it can be fired over here, it can be fired over here, it can be fired over here, it can be fired over here. So the firing will be adjusted according to the firing angle. So this is the delay angle where they will fire, and the not delay angle, and not the firing delay angle. So that can be varied. So this is the very easiest scheme. Nowadays, most of you in the industry use a microprocessor, a controller. Will be a chip is available, and on the basis of the chip, will provide the firing scheme to the SCRs with help of a transformer, pulse transformer, and a controller. So that is very easy firing scheme. So on the basis of that firing, we can easily control. So this is about the today's lecture. We covered all the firing scheme and the advantage, disadvantage, and logically, and the circuit diagram of all the firing schemes available for fire the SCR and triggering scheme for the SCRs. Definitely you will enjoy this lecture, and tomorrow we will discuss, means that the next lecture will discuss all the protection scheme of the SCR and the series parallel operation of the SCRs. Definitely you will enjoy the lot. You will want to understand the SCR and power electronics well. Definitely you have to study this, and you will to cover all the lectures thoroughly, not skip any portion of the lecture. You will go through the lectures thoroughly. Definitely you will enjoy well, and you can understand well what the power electronics devices do, and how we can control the power electronics, and how we can vary the power electronics, and how the power electronics are circuits manufactured and work and operated and do a specified work and task. So I see Shram Ola having a lot of experience in the power electronics, in the machine, in the circuit, in the electrical engineering subject. Definitely you will enjoy and you get benefited from my experience. और आप इस जो है लेक्चर्स को जो है देखें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और चैनल को फॉरवर्ड करें अपने फ्रेंड्स को, और सजेस्ट करें कि इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। और इसके अलावा हमारी ई टेस्ट सीरीज में आप टेस्ट दें और अपनी परफॉर्मेंस को रेगुलर अपडेट करें और चेक करें। डेफिनेटली थैंक्स ए लॉट।